Live now. We're telling your followers. And nutritionist Claudia Callisto just logged on. You can talk about the weather or something.
So how you doing today? I hope you had a wonderful day. We had so much fun at the clinic today. We had children here and it was Alyssa's birthday. It was amazing. It was so magical. So we had a beautiful mermaid cake for her and this really was amazing. So welcome to Constipated Live and for joining us today. And we just asked people's opinion, what you would like to hear today. So we got various topics. So I've just started with basics in the kitchen. So I thought, everybody loves to cook, but some people struggle with what sort of oil to use while they're cooking, and also what type of salt to use, and just basics in the kitchen. So I'm going to cover that. So the first thing that I look for just when I'm about to cook is Therapeutic salt. Number one. Number two is the water. What sort of water am I going to use to add to my vegetables or meat? That's number two. What sort of flour? What type of oil? For cooking and stir frying. Okay, so, and also condiments. So let's start with the salt. The best salt to use for cooking is this mineral-based salt, and it's called Celtic sea salt. It's a mineral-based salt because it's got 88 trace minerals that helps the body to function, especially the gut, the nervous system, and your blood pressure as well. So if you have blood pressure and your doctor tells you cut salt, they're talking about sodium chloride. This by itself is a no. This is the mineral that's going to raise your blood pressure and leave it up there until the doctors will say to you, well, I'm going to give you some medication to bring your blood pressure down, and that's the only way. So I would suggest go and get a therapeutic salt such as this one, or if you're in Australia, A. Vogel Habermas salt is really good because it's infused with vegetables and herbs, gives a beautiful flavor to your food. The other thing sodium chloride. Now, this does have sodium chloride as well, but in smaller quantities. It's a mineral based, as I mentioned. You can cook with this. Now, we're just talking about sore throats today in the clinic. So a simple old remedy is get your salt, get a glass of warm water, put a tablespoon of this salt, dissolve it with warm water, and give a good guggle. And it's really good to soothe scratchy throats, sore throats. Do that 3 times a day before you have your meals, and amazing results. And just suck on some Manuka honey, and that will aid the process of healing as well. So let's go back here to water. It's very important that you use the right water. Although you're going to cook with it, tap water is good. I wouldn't use bottled water from plastic. Otherwise, you can use your filtered water as well. Type of flour. Now, I'm talking about flours because a lot of people thicken their sauces or their soups with flour. Really, there is no need to thicken your soups and sauces with flour. What I would recommend if I'm making a soup, I would use just plain filtered water, couple of shakes of this salt here, and that makes my stock. And then I would build it up with all the vegetables such as a pumpkin, your carrots, your celery, your zucchini, your garlic, your ginger. Try putting garlic and ginger and lemongrass in your soups. It's so amazing because that gives flavor plus builds immunity as well. And then flours to use to thicken. So really I don't use any flours. If I'm making a casserole, I use Hungarian paprika to thicken the sauce. I don't thicken the sauces either with tomatoes either because when we're treating different health conditions, tomatoes I find implicates with the results that I'm going to get of my clients. So we normally use vegetables such as celery, zucchini, onion, garlic to thicken the sauce as a puree or Hungarian paprika as well. Beautiful flavor. And one thing that I forgot over here, no, actually I haven't forgotten here, would be your herbs and vinegars as well. We're going to talk about that as well. So the flours that I would recommend to use if you would like to thicken your sauce would be, let me write this in here, xanthan gum. Xanthan gum is a gum of the tree, no calories. It doesn't cause inflammation in the gut. You actually use a teaspoon of that with about 100 ml of water, and then you add that to your sauce. It thickens the sauce very quickly. So if I was going to use something like that, I would use Hungarian paprika or xanthan gum. The other thickener that would be good to use would be, let's take this away. If you would like to thicken your sauce, you could use wholemeal spelt flour, or you could use quinoa, flakes, or flour. And the other thing that I'm not really fond of is corn flour. Corn flour or corn is genetically modified, so I tend not to use too much of that because it suppresses immunity as well. So let's talk about different types of oils for cooking. There's cooking, as in sauteing. There's making a soup with your stock that you're going to make at home, or there is a stir fry. Now, the best oil that does not oxidize would be your coconut oil, your grapeseed oil. Ghee is very good for cooking as well, and ghee is really good because it rejuvenates the gut flora, feeding butyric acid, which is really good to enhance immunity. You can cook with avocado oil, but I do not recommend cooking with olive oil. I know a lot of research says if you're cooking with olive oil below 150 degrees, it will not oxidize. But I normally just like to use olive oil at the end of my cooking, just to drizzle that on top, or even just before serving a meal that somebody is going to consume. So you're getting omega-9 here, which is really good for brain function as well, your cardiovascular, and also your blood pressure. Olive oil. So olive oil, basically all oil should be purchased in glass, not in plastic. Plastic leaches into the product, causes cardiovascular problems, fatty liver, plus for ladies, ovary problems as well, and ovulation and menstrual problems as well. So let's go back to oil. So we talked about oils, and the oils should be in glass, as I mentioned. And for stir frying, which normally a stir fry, you take a wok and you just heat it up really to maximum until the wok starts fuming flames, and then people put oil into that. A lot of people use sesame oil. I'm not very fond of seed oil because they're very processed and they're very agile or fragile, which oxidizes quickly. I would recommend using grapeseed oil or coconut oil. Even try this, cooking your stir fry with ghee. You only need half a teaspoon of ghee. Let it warm up, chuck in your vegetables, cook the vegetables, return the vegetables to a pot, bring in your meats, add your garlic, ginger, and turmeric if you would like, and then continue cooking. Now, talking about stir frying, a lot of people use, can you see here? Soya sauce. It's a no-no for me because it's very high in sodium chloride. It does have soy, which is genetically modified as well. I normally, if I'm going to do a stir fry, the sauce that I would use is coconut amino acids. It tastes exactly like soya sauce, but it does not have all the nasties, not even sodium chloride. Then you could enhance your flavor with Celtic sea salt. Okay? Or a lot of people like to consume or use in their cooking Himalayan pink salt. I'm okay with that as well. But a couple of years ago, it was contaminated with lead. So just be aware of that as well, where you're purchasing your salts from. Then let's continue with herbs. It's great to use herbs in cooking. Herbs such as for therapeutic purposes as well. Coriander gets rid of heavy metals. Rosemary helps with your vision. Oregano helps with your gut health. Thyme enhances your vitality. So it's really nice when you're making your casseroles or your stir fries to chuck in a lot of herbs. It will enhance the flavor of your food, not adding sauces from packets. So all processed sauces have got a lot of additives and sodium chloride, sugars, and lots of other fillers. So make your sauces from scratch using olive oil, avocado oil, something like sea salt for flavor, melt a little bit of ghee, add to that, and some herbs into that. And you've got a beautiful sauce or marinade that you can enjoy. Now, let's talk about other condiments, vinegars, and tomato sauce. Tomato paste or tomato sauce. Now, I do have a problem with tomato paste. It's okay if you're using small amounts, but if you're going to cook bolognese tonight, tacos tomorrow, lasagna the after tomorrow, it all calls for tomato paste or tomato sauce, but please be aware because those condiments are going to make your gut too acidic. So instead of using tomato paste, I normally take capsicums, I roast them, and I just blend that with lemon and a little bit of garlic and ginger, and that's the base for lots of my cooking. So I'm talking to you about all this because we are using food to nurture our guts and nourish the body as well, because we are living in stressful times, and the best thing that we can do is embrace nutrition, embrace our herbs and vitamins, and make this wholesome, make it work for us, because that's the only thing that we can do. Now you're going to probably tell me, oh my God, the price of broccoli, it's like $12.50. You don't have to have broccoli right now. You don't have to have cauliflower. You know what you can have? You got zucchini, which is cheaper. You got celery. Yesterday I bought a bunch of celery. It's $4.50. So I bought lots of celery. So just eat what is seasonal. Be mindful that everything costs money. But invest in your well-being. Invest in yourself, because this is the only return we have is our health. Okay? So talking about tomato sauce for children. A lot of children and a lot of parents, I know it's very difficult to get children to sit down and eat, Okay, here goes tomato sauce for flavor. Well, this is not going to help us in long term, especially if kids have digestive issues such as constipation or things like pain in the stomach, or they're not able to sleep at night time. It will cause gastrointestinal problems. So the best thing for children, for sauces and for flavor, you would use all your vegetables, especially pumpkin, celery, garlic, and onion. Cook that up, blend it up, and use it as the base of the sauce. But to make it red and interesting for children, use Hungarian paprika or just normal paprika. Normal paprika will thicken the sauce. And then add to that something like jaggery, or you could use date syrup, or you could use rice malt syrup to give your 5 taste buds a go. Sweet, savory, pungent, bitter, spicy. Okay? So once we've got all those taste buds satisfied, the kids will start eating. Make it like fun. Don't push it, but just say, look, there is no tomato sauce. We instruct. All the tomato sauces have been thrown away. There is no tomato sauce in the shops, so let's make something else. Come on, kids, let's go. Let's make something special, okay? So that's how I would do it. Then the other thing that we've got here is vinegars. A lot of people have beautiful salads. Such amazing salads that I look at it, it's like, wow, I could eat that. But I look at the ingredients in there. It's got balsamic vinegar. It's got red rice vinegar. It's got, what else is there? The vinegars. It's got apple vinegar, all different types of vinegars. So the good vinegar that people should be consuming is apple cider vinegar. Not a lot, because some people, because it's got a lot of good bacteria in there, it ferments, and a lot of people get constipated because a lot of bacteria goes into your large colon straight away and blocks the gut. So be mindful, just a small amount of apple cider vinegar. And a lot of people use apple cider vinegar for weight loss. Well, if I was going to use that, I would add some lemon juice to that to alkalize that, and also warm water, and a dash of honey, and a dash of cinnamon. Okay, so that's how I would do it. And cooking with vinegars is really a problem, because it makes your food too acidic. And if you're suffering from things like reflux or bloating, it will make it worse. So instead you could use lemon or lime juice fresh. If you cannot find fresh, you could use something from a bottle. Okay? So that's basically basics in the kitchen. So hopefully this has helped you, because it's very important that we get this right. Okay, so let's move on to different topics. So does anybody have any questions for me? You can shoot them through, and I'll try my best to answer what you're looking for. Any questions, Sergey?
No.
Okay, so let's continue. Let's continue. Since nobody's going to ask me a question, that's fine. I'm just going to continue. Let's talk about depression. It's such a common problem at the moment, depression. It's affecting families, it's affecting children, it's affecting the elderly, and it's just so difficult because a lot of people are losing jobs. A lot of people, have lost a loved one, and things go on in life. But for myself, the way I do things and the way I share with my clients and friends, just get up in the morning and just try and be positive. Well, I wouldn't say try. Put this in your mind, that's an understate. Let's be positive. Get up in the morning, I deep breathe, and that helps get the oxygen through my body, and gets my clarity in the mind. And it's really cold in Sydney in the morning, so don't think about it. Hop out of bed, hop in a shower, rinse your body with cold water. Cold water helps circulation, helps your state of mind as well. So what is depression? There are lots of different types of depression. I'm just going to cover a broad area because clinical depression does need a psychologist and it needs to be assessed and analyzed as well. So I'm talking about just common depression. Okay, it lasts for about 2 months. If somebody's feeling depressed, there's lack of interest in life, lack of interest in food, lack of interest in, getting out of bed, and just nothing phases them because everything becomes a problem in their mind. So if you know somebody has something like this, try and encourage them. Maybe we can take a walk. And what is causing you the problem? And get the doctors to help as well. And we can do so much with nutrition as well. So for myself, the way I look at life in general, I have 4 pillars of my life that I embrace and that keeps me motivated. People say to me, oh, how come you're always positive? Because I have goals and I have a vision and I want to share that with you. Whatever I preach, I practice. Okay, so my life has 4 pillars. Or I base my life on 4 pillars. And the first one is, for myself, is spiritual health. I am very religious and I believe in God, and the first thing that I do, I breathe, I do my exercises, I pray. I thank God for what He's given me and protection and peace as well. The second one is physical health. Third one, mental health. And the fourth one is nutritional health. In my life, I have control. In your life, you have control. So you need to start working with yourself and saying, why am I feeling like this? It's very easy to feel upset or feel depressed, but it takes a long time to feel positive. So you've got a choice. You can either be this or that. So why don't we just choose the positive? I know sometimes it's very difficult because something has happened in our lives, but let's just take that, analyze that and say, well, things do happen. We are not going to stay in life forever, but this is just a journey. So let's be the best we can. Let's be good to people. Let's be good to our children. And if somebody's having a bad day, don't let it take it on us. Let's just go work with them, okay? So spiritual health for me I pray and I thank God for what He's given me and for the gifts He's given me to help people as well. Physical health, I always put myself first. I'm not selfish, but what I think is that, well, for me to help thousands of people, I have to basically do something for myself so that when I help somebody, I feel comfortable that I'm helping that person because I've helped myself. So don't just stop helping everybody else, but help yourself. Especially moms and dads. I see a lot of moms in the clinic. They leave everything and it's just for the children and it's just for somebody. That's okay. I'm not asking you to stop helping your family members, but I'm asking you to put yourself first. Because if you feel good and you nourish well, you will be much more helpful for your family. You will be happier, the children will be happy, and it's going to be much, much happier as well. So for me, physical health. I love to exercise, but excessive of exercise, not just for me, for anybody else, is not good. We have to exercise at least an hour and a half, whether it's intensive or whether it's whatever you want to walk or something. But people that exercise whole day, 5 days a week, I don't know how many hours a day, it's not good. It raises a hormone called cortisol that actually makes you depressed, causes a lot of health issues, okay? And that will implicate with your hormones as well. So just be mindful. We got to do things in balance. There's rules in life. There's traffic lights. You go to the post office, there's a rule. You go to the bank, there's a rule. What about rules for our bodies? Only you can do that because you are your own owner. Take ownership, embrace, love yourself. So for me, these things connect me to my being so that I feel good and I'm able to help other people and coach other people and support other people as well. So I exercise 2 times a week, intensive exercise. I walk the dog and I don't worry too much about exercising every day. But I am very mindful about my nutrition. I do go out, I do have a cake, I do have a pizza, but that's only a treat. I do have chocolates, but I don't sit down and have a whole bar of chocolate, okay? So those are called treats and they have to be monitored. And the person that's going to monitor all these things is you. Take ownership, okay? So, yeah, don't over-exercise, but don't also be sedentary. So let's move. When you exercise, you actually create good hormones and endorphins that are going to make you happy. That will help you with your depression as well. If you're feeling down, the best thing is to exercise or hop in the shower and have a hot shower, rinse with cold water. It is really good. Okay, I do that even in winter. So, mental health. What do I do for my mental health? For my mental health, I do things for myself. Because when I feel good about doing things for myself, my mental health is good. But I also look after things such as, being kind to my neighbor, being kind to somebody at the shopping center. That helps my mental health and it gives me that reassurance I am doing something good for somebody. Nutritional health, it's very important because it's going to feed all these pillars in your life. And the pillars that it's going to feed are all these here. Okay, because your whole being needs nutrients, needs vitamins, needs minerals, needs water to be able to function. So depression, if you're feeling down, it's mind over matter. Let's get up and get going. Okay? Do something positive for yourself. Some people love sitting down at a cafe, having a chat with a friend. That's okay. But don't just continue doing that every day. Just do something just by yourself. enjoy your own company, because your company will never let you down. But if your mind is going to say to you, this is not good, you turn it around and say, yes, it's good, because only you can take control of how you're feeling, okay? And it's also good to talk to somebody, either your nutritionist or your therapist. It's just good to have somebody else's opinion. Say, oh my God, I'm feeling like this, what do you think about it? And they will say to you, well, it's normal for you to think like that, but let's give this another go and think something different and make a change so that you can feel better, okay? So nutritional health. So nutritional health, the way I deal with my nutrition, I have 3 meals a day. I never leave home without a breakfast. I have a lunch and I have a dinner. Dinner is very minimal. Normally it's either soup, or I could have some fish and vegetables, which are non-starchy vegetables. And that includes your broccoli, your cauliflower, your pumpkin, your green beans, your zucchini. I don't normally snack through the day, but I drink a lot of water. How much is a lot of water? It's 2.5 liters, okay? So that covers my nutritional health. But let me tell you, I practice my nutritional health Monday to Saturday. Sunday, day off. This is the only way. I've been a nutritionist now for about 20 so years. The only way that I've been able to deal with food and with my clients about plans and everything is about giving everybody a day off. One day off where you can go and eat whatever you want. Okay? Then comes Monday, you're back on track. Why? Because our bodies have rules. If outside the world has rules, we should have rules with our bodies. And number 1 rule is that you look after yourself. Because if you look after yourself, you're going to be fantastic for your whole family. So a day off gives everybody a chance to look forward to. And it's really exciting because you can get your friends, you can get your family, you can get your neighbor, you can get your dog and your cat, you can have a big party, or just go out and have a meal. It's good as well, okay? So remember that Monday to Saturday, we comply with rules and regulations about our bodies, okay? So that's about my 4 pillars. And depression, don't let that beat you, because it's very easy to get down, to get depressed. And the other thing is that, if somebody is successful with your business, with your physical health or nutrition, don't be saying, oh, how come don't be jealous, basically, okay? But learn from that person that, look at this person. She is so positive. She is so good. Why don't we do something to be like her, okay? If you want to achieve things in life, just be happy for other people that are successful, and you take control. Because when you take control, you win, okay? Sometimes life does throw challenges along the way. And when those challenges hit our way, don't let it pull you down. Learn from them, because challenges makes us strong. Challenges will take you to the next level. In my life, I had lots of challenges, okay? And even today, people say to me, how come you're always happy? Because what's done is done. You cannot change that. But I can change the present. I can change my future. And what's life taught me? Do the best you can. Think positive. Have visions of what you want in life, okay? And every day, look at those visions. Stick them around the house. And they will help you achieve whatever your goals or whatever your ambition is. Don't sit at home and procrastinate, because that's not going to take you anywhere. You want to get your gusto. You want to keep moving, because life's good, Okay? We are so fortunate to have what we have, although we have circumstances that sometimes challenges us. So let's get strong and look at the positive. Okay? So even a glass of filtered water is a blessing. Okay? So let's take this away and let's talk about weight loss now. So, okay. So that's done. Right. I'll put a love heart in here. Makes it more interesting. So we're going to lose the weight, yeah? Very complex topic. Do you agree with me? That weight loss is very complex and diets are very complex? Well, I think so. The only way you're going to come around weight loss, if you're wanting to do weight loss, is by focusing on your positivity. Do not cut food groups. Food groups. So you got your carbohydrates, your protein, your fats, your water, so your carbohydrates should be brown. A little bit brown like me, you know, spelt flour, wholemeal, things like that. Brown is good, okay? Why brown is good? It's not as processed. So when they meal the flours or whatever they're doing, they keep the nutrients. So you got your B group vitamins in there. It's got fiber. And your protein, which we all know is your chicken, fish, meats, okay? And your fats are your oils here. So we're also talking about fish oil, olive oil. You're talking about evening primrose oil. And we're talking about coconut oil. And then you got your water as well. So, a lot of people, when they come to the clinic, they go, oh, I'm trying to lose, I don't know how many kilos, but I've cut all carbohydrates. So they've cut all this. So what do you think, because the body is made with these components, what do you think the body is going to do? It's going to slow down your metabolism, thinking if you cut carbohydrates, your brain first of all is going to be foggy, your brain is going to be sluggish, and your memory is going to slow. So it's very important that you have your brown complex carbohydrates, they're called, because it also gives oxygen to the brain. And if you cut any of these food groups, your body goes into a shock and starts storing whatever it needs for starvation, because it thinks your body is going to go through a starvation mode. The body is an amazing thing, but it's very complex. So try and do the best you can for the body, because it does need nutrients, okay? Then you've got here vitamins and minerals as well, which are from your carbohydrates and your protein as well. So, fats, we covered water. 75% of the body is water. If you don't drink water, your body will start storing water. And when we're talking about weight loss, especially in the clinic, the first thing I ask people, how much water do you drink? They go, not much. So half of their weight that they want to lose is water. And water weight is very complex because every minute your body is going to change its cellular composition, right? So it's very important that we have enough water to be able to function so that every cell of your body can function as well. Protein. Now, a lot of people cut all the meats, whether it's your choice, whether it's your religion, whatever it is, but you do need to understand that every cell in your body needs protein to replicate your DNA. Now, plant-based foods do not contain complete protein. There's one amino acid always missing in there. But your animal protein has got all those. And you only need 50 grams of protein a day. Unless you're exercising and you're going to build more muscle, then you need more. So it's best to choose from lean beef, lean lamb, turkey, fish, and chicken. If I was going to eat chicken, I would go free-range chicken or organic. And your fats are very important because they help your body produce good hormones. Imagine this, driving a car without any oil. You got your engine going, you got your fuel right, but there is no oil in the car. It will start slugging. So when you cut fats, the first thing your body is going to do is shut down production of hormones, which is the powerhouse of your well-being. Okay? So be mindful. If you're going to cut fats, you know, a lot of people go to the supermarket and buy fat-free yogurt or fat-free cheese or fat-free milk. Oh, it's high in calcium, it's high in this. Hey, it's too processed. No. Let's go back to balance and have wholesome foods. Okay? Wholesome foods have got enough nutrients to make your body and your mind function. Then the water, we spoke about that. And also, these are your food groups, which leads then to the function of the body. Let me wipe this off. Give me a second. How does the body work? So you're still in weight loss, but these are all your branches that will lead to weight loss, okay? How does the body work? Your body, my body needs. These are scientifically proven. It's not me talking just because I'm a nutritionist, but your body needs vitamins, minerals, water, antioxidants, and fats. So, if you're not getting vitamins and minerals, water, antioxidants, and fats, your body cannot work at the optimum level. You will start breaking down. It's like a car that, yes, it got its fuel, but it doesn't have the right oil, it hasn't been taken for a service, it will start breaking down. So if you're lacking minerals, your blood pressure will go up. If you're missing vitamins, you're going to be depressed. Especially your B complex vitamins are very important for happiness, energy, the process of break down the food to assimilate nutrients into the cells. You need your vitamins. Okay? So how do you get your vitamins, minerals, water, antioxidants, and fats? Through your nutrition. That's why do not cut your food groups. And if you're going to have things like that are fat-free, they've added more sodium to that and more sugars as well. So just be mindful that everything has a cause and a cost as well. So, and I just before I forget about smoked food. Sorry, going back to, this is not something that we're talking about, how does the body work. Smoked foods. So what do you think is wrong with smoked foods? They're carcinogenic. Okay, so you're talking about your smoked salmon, your hams, your pastrami, your trout that has been smoked. It's not the best food to eat, and that it contains a lot of sodium as well, sodium chloride. So these are the basic of your body. So when you're feeling sick and you're feeling down, or you're feeling lack of energy, or you have any health condition, it's always best to do a blood test to see where your vitamins and minerals is. Your minerals, you got here your iron. A lot of people are deficient in iron, and that will make you really fatigued. It will make you depressed. Your hair will start falling off as well. So it's very important that you do a blood test to assess your vitamins, minerals, and function of your organs. Okay, it's recommended to do a blood test once a year to check all your bits and pieces as well. Now, if the body doesn't have enough fats, did you know the good fats I'm talking about, and I'm sure we understand about good fats and bad fats, your cholesterol will go up. Cholesterol is a hormone produced by the liver. But if you do not have enough the good fats, such as your fish oil, your evening primrose oil, your olive oil, your liver will recycle the processed fats that you've consumed from your chips, from your pizza, to create hormones so that you can function, so that all the cells in your body can function. So it's imperative that you consume good fats. But if you're a male, it's not recommended that you have evening primrose capsules. It's only for women, okay? So men need either calamari, krill, or fish oil as well. So those are your good fats. So for your body to function and give you weight loss, you need to not cut your food groups, need to know that your body needs vitamins and minerals, water, antioxidant, fats. Do a blood test if you are unsure about whereabouts your vitamins and minerals are, and then start supplementing. Let's continue talking about weight loss. For the body to lose the weight, as I mentioned, it's complex. First of all, you need to know what foods are best. Then we have function of organs. Okay, so pick the best foods, function of organs. So for us to be able to lose weight, it's not just the foods, but it's how our organs are functioning, especially our liver. If your digestion is impaired, it's no point in going on a diet, because diets don't work. Get your digestion fixed. If you're burping a lot, if the food just sits in here, that's reflux. If you eat a meal and you feel, oh my God, my stomach feels like a truck. Or if you drink water, there's some people that just drinking water they start feeling full and nauseous as well. That's problem with your digestion. And a lot of people suffer digestive issues because the choices of food are very poor. It's very easy for us to go to the supermarket and pick up something very quickly. That's okay occasionally, but be mindful that cooking your own food is very, very good. Function of organs, especially the liver. Okay, your liver is the biggest filter in the body. So everything that you eat, all the emotions that you feel, the air that you breathe, everything goes through this big filter. And if the liver is congested, gets all fat around it, we have a problem. The filter is impaired, so deficiencies of vitamins and minerals and nutrients is going to happen because the filter cannot break down what you're consuming, what you're feeling. So always for weight loss, it's very important to do a blood test, check your liver function, and always take maybe a liver support herb, which is St. Mary's thistle. St. Mary's thistle is one of the most embraced herbs for the liver because it helps the liver to break down the accumulated fat and also helps the process of digestion. And it's best to have a combination of St. Mary's thistle, it's just one herb, but you could take a complex or a tonic which has got dandelion, it's got a little bit of ginger, has got bupleurum, which is another good herb for the liver as well. Or you can see somebody like myself or anybody else that can help you. But the medical world cannot resolve a fatty liver. Okay, but we can reverse that within weeks, and you redo a blood test and you can see the difference straight away. Okay, so going back to weight loss, you're looking at food groups, you're looking at function of our organs. Another organ that is very important for weight loss is, let's wipe this off. You're still doing weight loss, and weight loss, as I mentioned, is quite complex because all these different organs and pillars have to be in place. So when we talk about the bowel, we are talking about the gut. And one of the components of the gut is the liver. And the next one that I'm going to talk about is the large colon. So when you eat your foods and the food gets digested through the this and that, the leftover byproducts get accumulated in the large colon. This is where your body also contains the good bacteria, which also helps your immunity. A lot of people are constipated. Constipated means you do not go to the toilet every day, or if you go to the toilet, you sit there for half an hour and you strain and drain and cause hemorrhoids. That's constipation as well. The other thing is that you poo every second day. You're eating 3 meals a day. How come you're not pooing every day? So a lot of people have backlog of fecal matter sitting in there, which then stresses the liver even more. The gut becomes lazy, and then the weight loss doesn't happen. So it's very complex. When somebody asks me, okay, can you do my weight loss? Well, let's do a blood test. There are lots of facets that I go through to be able to help somebody properly and honestly to get a sustainable lifestyle. I wouldn't call weight loss, I would call it lifestyle. Because when you put somebody on a weight loss or a plan, they are thinking, oh my God, I can't go out with my friends. I can't do this. So it becomes a big barrier. So we don't want that. So let's be mindful that, if you're going to go and have whatever you're going to have things in balance, and you're going to make sure that you're eating the right food. So the large column, if somebody is constipated, we cannot do weight loss. It's completely out of the questions. You can go on shakes, you can drink celery juice, you can eat carrot sticks, ain't going to be sustainable. You might lose the weight, but you're losing water actually. But as soon as you start eating real food, you're going to be square one. So don't cut your food groups. Drink your water. Be mindful about fats. And make sure the colon or your bowels or you're pooping every day. It's very important. If not once or twice a day. Then we have another thing here with weight loss. Is people don't chew their food anymore. Everybody's in so much rush. Oh my God, I've got to pick up kids from school. I've got to feed this one. I've got to walk the dog. Hey, what about me? I have to sit down, or you have to sit down and chew your food at least 20 times before you can swallow. Because your gut doesn't have teeth. Teeth are here. So, chew your food properly. Because if the food is chewed, then you will put less strain in your colon, and the weight loss or your lifestyle goals are going to happen. Every time you sit down to have a meal, think. Food needs to be respected. You need to connect with the food. The food is going to love you and give you in return whatever you want out of it. Okay? And another tip, do not drink water and eat food at the same time. It dilutes your digestive enzymes. So half an hour before or half an hour after is the time for you to drink water. So yes, the colon is very important to be functional so that you poop every day and you're being able to absorb nutrients as well. Then we have got, for weight loss to happen as well, skin. Your skin is the biggest organ. Did you know that? When you perspire, you're actually releasing a lot of toxins that are going to be good for you to release, because then your process of weight loss is going to be much more functional. I'm talking about the skin because a lot of people put smears of, moisturizers, and they also go to sleep with that. The skin needs to breathe. The skin needs, of course, moisturizers, but let's go from inside out. Take fats in. Don't eat your moisturizer, by the way. Eat good fats, such as your olive oil and all these oils that we spoke about. And your skin will get nourishment from within. So, if you're going to sleep tonight, have a nice hot shower, rinse up with cold water, invigorate your metabolism, and go to sleep without putting on a moisturizer. Tomorrow morning, you can just apply a light moisturizer, but be mindful that you should consume your moisturizers from within, which are your good fats. I think you're just on time there. So the other thing that will implicate your weight loss, guess what? Guess what? Your mood. Right? If you're sad all the time, if you're worried all the time, if you're unhappy, your mood will implicate your weight loss by slowing down your metabolism, producing lots more cortisol, and creating more fat in your body, then weight loss becomes imperative. Okay? So it's very important that all of us understand the process of the function of the body. It's not just, I'm going to see Claudia, she's going to put me on the plan, and I'm going to lose the weight. Sorry, it does not work like that. There's too many facets about weight loss. Okay? And this one is very important as well, because it will make you not just happy, but it will also make your metabolism happy, because it's producing all the good hormones that you need for weight loss. Okay, then the other thing that I will say to you that we must be mindful about is sleep. If you do not sleep well, you cannot do this, because the body repairs itself at night time. Your pituitary gland, your thalamus, you know, the growth hormone happens at night time. That's very, very good that you have a good night's sleep and your weight loss will happen. Okay? Now, a lot of people do shift work, and you will see those people age much quicker as well. Okay? So it's very good also not to have your last meal 2 hours prior to going to bed. That basically stresses your digestive system. Your digestive system is unable to fix itself, and your growth hormone ain't gonna happen, and your weight loss ain't gonna happen. So, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you next week with more amazing topics, and thank you for your support. Affordability.